Welcome back to Profit Isn't an Accident. I'm Shannon Howard, and today I want to talk about something that I hear from business owners all the time. In fact, if you've ever said any version of these phrases, like we're busier than ever, revenue is up, we've got plenty of work, but I don't understand where the money is going, then this episode is for you. Because today we're talking about the real reason your cash flow never catches up. And I want to start with a little story for you. A while back, I was talking with a business owner. Good business, good reputation, busy schedule, had the employees, the customers were calling, the projects were lined up. And from the outside, you'd look at this business and think, man, they are crushing it. Then he said something to me that I will never forget. He looked at me and he said, Shannon, I don't understand it. We did over 6 figures in revenue this month. Why do I still feel broke? And honestly, that question perfectly captures what so many business owners experience. Because nobody starts a business thinking, I hope I get really busy but never actually get ahead. Nobody wants that. Nobody dreams about working nights and weekends just to feel stressed every single time payroll comes around. But that's exactly where so many owners end up. They become trapped in what I call this busy but broke cycle. They're working, their employees are working, their phones are ringing off the hook, the revenue is happening, but financially nothing feels easier. And here's the frustrating part. Most owners just think if I can get a few more customers, if I can just add another truck, if I can hit another revenue milestone, everything will just magically get better. But what if I told you that the more revenue often makes the problem worse? So let's talk about why. Most business owners I talk to are busy. They're booked out. They've got a great reputation. They're doing everything right. But when they actually sit down and look at their numbers, something doesn't quite add up. The profit doesn't match the effort, and it's usually not a sales problem. It's a visibility problem. I'm Shannon Howard. I work with HVAC owners, electricians, plumbers, and contractors to uncover hidden profit, fix those leaks, and help you keep more of what you earn. This is Profit Isn't an Accident. This is probably one of the biggest misconceptions in business. The belief goes like this: more revenue equals more cash. It seems logical, but in reality, revenue and cash flow are cousins. They're not twins, and they often behave very differently. So let's use a contractor example. Let's say you're doing $50K a month. You decide, I need more money. So you start doubling your marketing. You hire another tech. You add another truck. Now you're doing $100K per month. It sounds great, except now you have more payroll, more insurance, more fuel, more maintenance, more inventory, more accounts receivable. And suddenly you discover something. Your revenue doubled, but your stress doubled too. And I've seen business owners go from $500,000 in revenue to $1.5 million and somehow have less cash available. So think about that. 3 times the revenue, but less money in the bank. So why does this happen? Because your business growth, it actually magnifies your business weaknesses. So if your pricing is weak at $500K, it is weaker at $1.5 million. If your expenses aren't controlled at $500,000, they become completely dangerous at $1.5 million. If your systems aren't working, your growth simply just exposes it faster. And this is why I always say revenue feeds your ego, but profit feeds your family. Because revenue is the thing that gets attention, but profit is actually changing lives. And cash flow determines whether or not you can sleep at night. So let's get practical now. Here are 5 most common reasons that I see cash flow never catching up. Trap number 1, you have no financial visibility. Most owners know their bank balance, but few know their gross margin, their net margin, their break-even point, and job profitability. When you're flying blind, every single month feels like a surprise. And surprises, my friend, are so expensive. Trap number 2, underpricing. And this one hurts because most owners don't realize they're doing it. They're winning jobs. Customers are saying yes. Work is getting completed, but they're not charging enough. So every job creates activity without creating wealth. So you stay busy and in this endless cycle for years doing this. And that's what many do. Trap number 3, profit leaks. These are those silent killers. Subscription, software, waste, rework, unbilled labor, inefficiencies, poor purchasing issues. These are tiny decisions that seem insignificant until they add up to tens of thousands annually. And I tell my clients all the time, a boat rarely sinks from one giant hole. It sinks from those leaks. Trap number 4, solving problems with more work. We've kind of touched on this already. This is the entrepreneur's favorite coping mechanism. Cash gets tight, so what do? We work harder, we sell harder, we take every single job. We say yes to everything, but sometimes the answer isn't more activity. Sometimes it's better visibility, better systems in place, and better decisions being made. And trap number 5, managing from your bank account. This is probably the biggest one. The bank account is a lagging indicator. The bank account is history. It's telling you what has already happened. It doesn't tell you what's coming, what's profitable, or what dangers might be in place. And that's why owners only watch their bank account and then they're constantly feeling surprised. They're looking in the rearview mirror while they're driving. Now for the good news. Most cash flow problems, they are fixable. Not overnight, of course, but they are fixable. And it starts with one thing. It starts with visibility. Because when you can finally see where your money is coming from, where your money is going, what's profitable and what's not profitable, everything changes. You stop guessing, you stop reacting, you actually start leading, and you start making decisions with confidence, like the business owner that you are. And here's what I found. Most business owners don't actually need to work harder, they just need clarity. They need someone to help them identify the handful of moves that create that biggest impact. Because the goal isn't to build a business that keeps you busy. The goal is to build a business that creates freedom. Freedom with your family, freedom with your time, freedom with your finances. And honestly, freedom to enjoy what you've worked so hard to build. So if you've been telling yourself, we're busy, but I don't frickin' know where my money is going, I want you to know that you're not alone. But I also want you to stop accepting that as normal because it doesn't have to be. Visibility creates control. Control creates confidence. Confidence creates growth. And growth, my friend, creates options. So thanks for joining me on another episode of Profit Isn't an Accident. If this episode helped you, share it with another business owner who needs to hear it. And if you're tired of finally feeling busy but broke, I'd love to help. Head over to denaliedgeconsulting.com and schedule a conversation. So until next time, keep more, stress less, and remember, profit isn't an accident. If this hit, there is a reason. Most businesses aren't broken. They just don't have clear visibility into where the money's actually going. So if you want help finding it, grab my free Profit Edge playbook or book a quick session with me. You'll find everything in the show notes. And if you haven't already, follow the show so you don't miss what's next.